When I need to impress someone with a gift, I go straight to 1-800-Flowers. There's a reason they've spent 50 years as the floral authority. Every stem is hand-selected by a vetted florist, and with same-day delivery nationwide, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. That's why millions go to 1-800-Flowers to celebrate life's most important moments. Order now for up to 40% off. Don't miss out on this limited-time offer. Act now and save up to 40% at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
You ever wonder why some side hustles shoot straight to the stars while others barely can get off the damn ground? Well, what if the key to unlocking true success isn't in the hustle, ladies and gentlemen, but in the mindset fueling it? Well, today we're peeling back the layers to reveal 3 hidden truths about side hustle success. Truths that could not just shift, but completely, 100% completely transform your approach as well as your outcome. So stay with us as we dive deep into the strategies that separate the fleeting from the flourishing on the world of side hustles.
Hey there, audacious parents. Welcome to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we're not just about surviving, we're about thriving. If you're tuning in, you're not looking for just another feel-good, pat-on-the-back kind of show. No, you're here because you're ready to disrupt the status quo. You're ready because you're here to challenge your limits and to step out of the comfort zone where we know growth never happens. This is not just your average, let's all be happy with our 9-to-5 lives kind of podcast. We're here to give you actionable strategies. We're here to dive deep into the world of side hustles, digital marketing, and smart income-boosting tactics. Why, you may ask? Because we're designed for parents like you, parents juggling family expenses, childcare, and the elusive me time. We're not just about making money, though. We're about designing a life that you dictate, not one that's been prepackaged in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 box. So, if you're ready to break free and design a life that aligns with your dreams, design a life that aligns with your family, you're in the right place. The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, a place where we turn business dreams into actionable realities. I am your humble host, Tracy Brinkman, and today we're diving deep into a topic that I think is kind of close to my heart, and is close to the heart of every one of you aspiring entrepreneurs out there, and that is side hustle success. Heck, maybe it's main hustle success for that matter. And that's why you're here. So whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting to sketch out your dreams on that little notepad, today's episode is packed with some essential lessons. So don't go anywhere, because we're exploring the 3 critical realities of side hustle success that I wish someone had told me many, many years ago. These insights are designed not just to save you time and money, but also to help you spare the heartache that often comes with the ever elusive entrepreneurial journey, okay? So that you can get to the entrepreneurial territory a little quicker, a little faster, and maybe even a little more successful in the process. Today, we dive deep into the lessons that can save you time, save you money, and of course, save you some heartache on your journey to entrepreneurial freedom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start at the beginning here. In today's fast-paced world, there is a common misconception that bigger always means better. That to succeed quickly, one must start big, huge, monumentous, right? But let's take a moment and rethink that, shall we? Just what do you think? Let's talk about the power of starting small, of building your empire literally one brick at a time. Maybe it's one web page at a time, one customer at a time. Here you go. Imagine this. Sarah was a graphic designer, and Sarah, as a graphic designer, dreamed of launching her graphic design agency. But instead of immediately renting an office and hiring a full team and buying all the whiz-bang gadgets, she began on her kitchen table by freelancing, taking on small projects at that kitchen table after her regular 9-to-5 job. Are you starting to feel this a little bit? You're starting to connect with Sarah right here? You see, here's the thing. This modest start allowed her to learn the ropes of business, allowed her to understand her clients' needs, and allowed her to refine her services without the pressures of all that overhead, of that rented office of that full team and all those whiz-bang bells and whistles. Gradually, of course, her client base grew. And as a result, so did her operations. So today, Sarah runs a successful agency with clients worldwide, all starting with her laptop, her kitchen table, and a dream.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Yeah, it all started small. Starting small helps Sarah, and starting small can help you. It can help you manage risk, and it can help you, adapt and dodge and weave and bob more agilely in the entrepreneurial journey. It provides the space to test ideas, to learn from feedback, and make improvements iteratively. Little baby steps, one at a time. This approach not only minimizes potential losses, but it also enhances your understanding of the business landscape. Yeah, and trust me, you can listen to 87 different gurus out there talk about all their experiences, and you'll get some good stuff out of that. But you are going to be traversing your landscape, and your landscape's going to have a couple of extra hills, maybe a couple of different valleys, some woods, maybe a ditch you got to dig through, that the others didn't experience. Now, can they help you? Yes, have a coach definitely helps you. But remember, big success comes from small beginnings. It's not about going big fast. It's about growing smart. Okay? Now, let's shift our focus to a critical step that many eager entrepreneurs tend to just skip right past. Far too many of them, and some of you who've been around my episodes here a while have heard me say this before. I'm going to say it again. And that step is market validation. Yeah, I know. What do you mean, Tracy? Well, first off, let's back up for a second here. Why is this step so vital? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because understanding your market can be the difference between a thriving business and a stagnant project. Yeah, little mosquitoes flying around your area there. No, that's not what you want. Let's think about Ben here for a second. Now Ben developed this innovative gardening tool, right? Wait a minute. I tell you, people do all kinds of amazing things. Ben developed an innovative gardening tool, but instead of going straight to mass producing his invention, Ben got smart. Ben wanted to grow right. Ben first created a prototype. And literally hammered it out in his garage on his own and showed it around at local gardening clubs, at local fairs, at local gardening festivals, at local farmers markets. Yeah. And he started asking questions, and he received feedback. And the feedback he received was invaluable. Why? I'm glad you asked again. He learned about potential improvements, things that he in his own experience hadn't thought of. All these other folks are like, hey, what about this? And what about that? At the same time, he was able to gauge the excitement that others had around his project. And then, on top of that, he was able to identify a pricing strategy that others he knew would be comfortable with. Here's the thing. It was this direct feedback with folks that could potentially be his customers for this innovative gardening tool that allowed him to make necessary adjustments before a large-scale launch. Today, well, Ben's gardening tools are a huge hit, but it all began with him listening to all his potential customers. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Market validation isn't just about testing whether your product works. It's about ensuring it works for your target market. It's not all about you all the time now, is it? No, it's about your market. It's a process that allows you to adapt, to bob and weave, and to evolve based on real, actionable feedback of those that could be using your product. Here's something I want you to remember. Validate before you escalate. Your market's feedback is the compass for your side hustle's journey. Now, one of the most transformative lessons I've learned on this entrepreneurial journey is that success often depends more on resilience and adaptability than the breadth of your resources. Yeah, let me illustrate this with a little story about Mia. Mia had this idea for a simple app. Well, I call it simple. She didn't call it simple. It was an app that helped people manage their mental health through guided meditations. Now, whether you like meditations or not, there's lots of folks out there that do like them. I'm one of them. And Mia started off with limited funding. She had no technical partner out there to help her, and she faced what seemed like insurmountable barriers at every single turn. But instead of giving up, Mia used her resourcefulness. Yeah, she just started getting creative. She learned how to code online. Right? You can learn anything online. She literally went to YouTube and then started searching how to code. She developed the prototype all by herself, and then she used the feedback from a small user group of folks that she knew liked guided meditations to improve it. Remember the previous step we just talked about with Ben? Yeah, she got that feedback and she improved it.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
All this determination that she put into creating this app, all the hours she spent learning the code and creating the prototype and getting the feedback and making the changes and making it better, all this determination, it paid off when a major wellness platform discovered her app and offered to partner with her to expand her reach 100-fold. And I'm trying not to exaggerate. I think it was really 250-fold, but let's say 100-fold. You see, here's the thing. Mia's story, I think, is this powerful testament to the fact that when resources are scarce, it's a resilient spirit that can bridge the gap between an idea and its realization. Her ability to adapt, her ability to persevere, leveraging every small success to fuel herself to the next step, truly defines what I call the real dark horse entrepreneurial spirit. It's not the size of your resources, friends. It's the strength of your resilience that defines what level of success you will finally reach. All right? So, as we start coming towards we're nearing, what's that? It's the final turn of the race for us dark horses. I want to take a moment to distill everything down to one practical, actionable tip that you can apply today, immediately. As soon as you're done listening to this podcast, you can go out there and do it right away. And this is what I call the whispered wisdom. Something I want you to walk away with and go, okay, I could use that now. I've already given you three great ideas, but here's something I want to call the bamboo mindset. Why bamboo? Well, I'm glad you asked once again. Because, my friends, bamboo is strong and bamboo is flexible. You've seen it in the wind, right? And you've seen it maybe at the zoo when you go into the Asian section of a zoo where they have the pandas and assorted animals from that region of the world. Here's the thing. Bamboo, yes, strong. Bamboo, flexible. And it bends with the wind. It bends with the storm that comes around. And it rarely breaks. How many times have you seen clips from movies, or maybe even seen clips of tourists showing buildings being built, and they're using bamboo as scaffolding? Think about that. Well, out here in the United States, we're using metal, right? Like 1-inch tubing of metal or 1-inch square of metal to build scaffolding. They're using bamboo. Yeah. See, I want you to start adapting this bamboo mindset. And to do that, what you need to do is first recognize that setbacks are not endpoints. Setbacks are pivot points. It's not failure, it's feedback. Each time you face a challenge, use it as an opportunity to learn. Use it as an opportunity to adapt, to rewrite your instruction manual, right? Here's a simple and I'll even call it a powerful way to begin. Daily reflection. Yeah, here's what I want you to do. Spend a few minutes each evening reflecting on the challenges that you faced that day. Now, when you do this, if you're still heated or bummed or still emotionally high-powered, still having those high-powered emotions to that day's challenge, then you're going to want to reflect on it again on another day, say at the end of the week. But if you're not, if you're like, man, I got it through that, and you're kind of, okay, that's cool. I want you to identify what it is you learned from that situation and how you can apply those lessons going forward tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. But again, if you're still emotionally charged, whatever that charge may be, even being super happy about it, you might overemphasize something or underemphasize something. So come back to it later in the week and look at that challenge when it's not so emotionally a high point, okay? Or emotionally a low point, depending on what it is. And then the next step I want you to think about and do is set small challenges for yourself. Yeah, regularly set small, manageable challenges for yourself that will push you just a little bit. Get that little pinky toe out of your comfort zone. Remember, I say it all the time. You don't have to jump both feet way 10 feet out of your comfort zone. You just got to put your little pinky toe out there just a little bit for a minute, okay, and then pull it back. And then do it again and pull it back. And do it again and pull it back. And it's these little manageable challenges over and over and over again that will make your comfort zone start to grow a little bit at a time. And if you're comfortable, go ahead and put your whole big toe out there. Put your whole foot out there. Maybe you go ahead and jump and then jump back.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Right, but the idea is it's these small, manageable, that's the key, manageable challenges for yourself that push you slightly out of your comfort zone. This will help build your confidence and resilience gradually. And your resilience is going to be better than your resources, that we talked about earlier. And here's the last two. Seek feedback. Right? We talked about this earlier. Do not shy away from feedback, my friends. I want you to embrace it. Hug it like a, what is that? Like a Snuggie. Isn't it a Snuggie? Oh, never mind. Hug it like your favorite teddy bear. Embrace it. Feedback, my friends, is the breakfast of champions, and it's a key ingredient in the recipe for resilience. And last but not least, start small. Like the bamboo, you'll find your strength is not just in surviving the storms, but thriving your way through them, right? How many people have you known that have gone through ease through most of their life? Do they have the backbone they need to face a real challenge? Most of them, no, because they haven't faced one yet. So they haven't been able to build the strength of their backbone. Right? Like the bamboo that has faced a storm every single year and been buffeted back and forth and strengthened its walls as a result. You, my friends, when you stand up and you face your challenges with resolve, you're just strengthening yourself. So you're not just surviving the storms, you're thriving your way through them. So adopt this bamboo mindset. Bend, don't break, my friends. And here's how you can start today. And here's what I mean by that. As we close today's episode, before we go there, let's briefly recap the three realities of side hustle success that I've shared with you today. First, there's a power in starting small. It's about growing smart. You don't have to start big, huge, humongous. Think about it. Even Jeff Bezos, Amazon, he's huge, massive today. Started small in his garage selling books. Next, we talked about the importance of market validation. Remember, validate before you escalate. Your market's feedback is essential. You're going to learn things about your product, your service, yourself you hadn't even thought of. And finally, the significance of resilience over resources. It's not what you have. It's not even what you have access to, but how you use it that truly matters as you travel your entrepreneurial journey. So reflect on how these insights can be applied in your own side hustle endeavors, whatever journey you're traveling. I know mine is going to be different than yours, and yours is going to be different than the coach that you hired. Every step that you take is a part of a much larger journey. Perhaps you're bringing others along. Perhaps you're inciting someone else to take their first step. Hopefully I'm inciting someone to take their next step, whatever it might be. So ask yourself, what's your next step going to be? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step and continues with the next step. So here's your question. What's your next step? Yeah. If you're ready to dive deeper and transform what might seem like distant dreams into your new reality, then, my friends, I think this might be your moment. Your next step is to text Blueprint, BLUEPRINT, the word Blueprint to 484-514-5323 to start your journey towards making $10,000 a month. What you'll get when you text Blueprint to that number, 484-514-5323, is the Side Hustler's Blueprint. And the Side Hustler's Blueprint is a meticulously designed guide to guide you through the tempests as well as the tides of starting your own venture to help you create that bamboo mindset. So don't just dream about success. Go ahead, text Blueprint, make it your reality. Don't wait. Take the step today to transform your future. Remember, every big change starts with one decisive action. So, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse Entrepreneur parents, thanks for tuning in. If this episode struck a chord, share it with a fellow parent hustler. Let's grow our tribe that thrives, not just survives. For more insights and a community that totally gets it, join our Facebook group at www.darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. Think successfully and take action.